10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wack. Today is December 21st, which is the shortest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere, the longest day of the year in the Southern Hemisphere. But yeah, this is the beginning of winter, so yay. Anyway, let's get started with today's episode. And we are going to start with some news around the tree generation. So those of you who know, last night was the new rewards period started, and we have Uncle Patches here, who got some really good news yesterday that he is now the proud uncle of a niece. So huge congrats to Patches. But he says 7 minutes until Noshua emerges from hibernation to document which ODAO seats are getting cold in their stockings. So recently we've had some issues with ODAO members providing incorrect trees for their data that they're putting out, and obviously, you know, the community is kind of unhappy with this about like why it's happening or what's causing it. Anyway, Val gave an update saying the last time the cold receivers list were Consensus, Gitcoin, Blockchain Capital, and Lighthouse. So that's 4 ODAO members getting coal. And it says the least coal we've seen is 2. So Patches responded quite surprised, just the way that I was, saying, wow, that's a lot of coal, which is a lot. And then Val links to Coal Tracker 9K. So this is a Dune Analytics dashboard that tells you about reward snapshot submissions, and there is code here that tells you what it does. And this is Rocket Pool community reward snapshot submissions, and you can see about which ODAO members have submitted data in what round, and it's kind of color coded, and all the information is there if you are interested in seeing that. Anyway, not too long later, we got this message from Ramana, who said that well, look whose Merkle tree root doesn't match everyone else's. Could it be competence? Could it be malice? And then Johnny says different version of the smart node, and Ramana says, I don't think so. I reckon they're just effing with us because we support ENS. Well, it was Etherscan who gave the wrong Merkle tree submission that didn't match everyone else's, and there was some issues. Like that, there was issues, of course, you know, like why is that happening? What's going on with that? Well, later on this morning, Not You said, did Etherscan post the wrong tree or not? And Ramana said they did. That's 2 intervals in a row where they're posting the wrong data. It says, does anyone know what can? Oh yeah, so 2 intervals in a row. So Ramana was going towards some conspiratorial thinking there about whether it's an issue with ENS or supporting Etherscan or not. But the fact is that, you know, they're producing the wrong information. So it's really interesting to see why that's happening, and hopefully we can, you know, somehow fix that so it doesn't happen again. Today was a really good day in trading because Joe popped in, and Joe, of course, is a much beloved member of trading, also a member of the community, but Joe hasn't been around much recently, prompting many people to leave messages talking about how much they miss Joe. So Joe says, hey guys, guess what? I'm on vacation, so I can come and hang out here, because he hasn't been in trading a lot recently. And he was just talking. Dr. Doofus says, you know, when's the next smart node update? And he says, I don't know, ask Fornax. I guess Fornax is working. And Joe says Fornax is doing maintenance on the existing one, and Joe's mostly working on version 2 exclusively now. So version 2, for those of you who haven't kept up, is a new version that Joe's making from scratch, and it's going to be using webhooks on the back end. So if people wanted to, they could make HTML, GUIs, like graphical user interfaces for it. So like the whole of the smart node stack is being revamped leading into Houston. We don't have a release date yet for the smart node stack version 2, but I think it'll be around that point somewhere. And then Joe, he's saying that, you know, he sometimes works on Houston stuff, and he's staying home and playing D&D for a week straight. Let's go. So it's really nice that Joe is Joe's able to pop into trading and also getting a breather, because that guy has been working way too hard, and that's not good for anyone. Okay, next we have this update from Ramana, and this is an update about Rocketperf, which is a website that he is making, and it is designed to show attestation performance for node operators. So this was a feature that was present on RocketScan back in the day, before it had some breaking changes that haven't been fixed. So RocketScan used to tell you what your node performance levels were like, and how many attestations you'd gotten and how many you'd missed and all that kind of stuff. And since that feature stopped working and it didn't look like Pteris was going to fix it, Ramana, I think, already has a GMC grant for this project. Is now making it so you can put in your validators or your node address, and then this tool will give you the information about what your performance has been like, and how many attestations you've made, how many you've missed, and I think maybe even give some proposal information about what proposals you got, but I don't know about that. But the main thing is, it gives you an idea of what the node's performance was like in terms of attestations and uptime. So this was a really nice feature on RocketScan that doesn't work anymore. So Ramana making it is actually like a really nice tool that I know for sure that a lot of people in the community are going to enjoy using and looking at. Okay, so yesterday we had the upgrade master raffle that Shifrin had set up for people who had the upgrade POAPs, and I shared with you that Object had won the raffle, and I was kind of bemoaning the fact that the POAP website didn't give you as many updates around the other people where they're placed. So here Shifrin said that he found some cool runner-up data, and Object had 3 out of the top 10 placements in the raffle. So Object definitely did really well with that, and of course Object was the one who won the raffle, so that was really cool. And then here Shifrin also said that all the POAPs for the raffle have been distributed and delivered. He says most of them were airdropped, so he just minted them directly to the wallets, because he says he didn't know everyone's Discord names, because I guess some of them had their ENS names that were different from their Discord names, and I guess Shifrin didn't want to go digging to see who was whom. And then it says, please DM me if you don't see the POAP in your POAP wallet, or if you didn't receive a DM. So I replied by saying I got mine, thanks, which I did, and it is now in my POAP wallet. So that's really great. Okay, so like I said earlier, Joe was around and stopped by trading this morning. So one of the things that he was talking about was giving an update on what he's working on. So he says NodeSet and any other integration needs it. So this was kind of continuing about the Smart Node version 2. So I should go back and give a little bit more context, but there's a specific thing I want to talk about here, which is why I'm using it as a different story compared to the earlier one. So Joe says that it's a complete rewrite from the ground up that eliminates all of the tech debt from the original. And he says he's on the phone, so it's hard to do a TLDR, but there's a lot in this upgrade. And then he says everything's multi-call now, from transaction batches, actual HTTP API instead of the BS Docker exec thing, support for don't save the password to disk mode, masquerade support so you can run the node as any other address, can't submit transactions obviously, but good for debugging, and real installers like deb and rpm packages. So that's the stuff that he's working on. But then the main thing is that I wanted to talk about was what he's doing here with NodeSet. So he says working on NodeSet and any other integration that needs it. I've been working with them quite a lot and have a stopgap that'll be good enough to do a dev alpha using version 1, but definitely an alpha until Smart Node version 2 is out. So we knew that Joe was working with NodeSet on helping them build their integration into the smart node stack. So Rocket Pool node operators will be able to add NodeSet validators to their system in the most streamlined and easy way possible. And of course, having Joe working with that is the best possible scenario, because no one knows the smart node stack as well as Joe does, I guess, pretty much now, especially with version 2. So you don't want anyone other than Joe kind of working on those integrations, and that's really exciting. So the timeline for quarter 1 and quarter 2's starting to take a little bit of shape now. Of course, the Houston upgrade, we're hoping for March or April time, and then NodeSet will come about 6 weeks after that, I think, and I'm hoping that the smart node versions 2 will be out around then as well. So there's a lot of cool little things happening in the next few months for Rocket Pool, and I'm really excited to see how it all works out. But I'm getting so excited about NodeSet, with the things that I'm hearing about, little tidbits that people are sharing with me. I'm not really in a position where I can share everything that I've heard with you all, but there's some really exciting stuff, and some there's some really exciting stuff. That's all I'll say right now. Like, instead of saying stuff that I'm not really supposed to be saying, but I'm getting more and more excited about NodeSet every day. And I said this at the time as well, when we heard that Joe was working with NodeSet, that it's really awesome that Joe will be working with them, and that's a huge vote of confidence. And I think there's a whole bunch of other really cool things coming as well from NodeSet, so definitely keep your eyes open for that, and if not, then I will pass that news on to you. But yeah, Q1, Q2, like, the March, April time, it looks like some really, really good things are going to be happening. So I'm going to end today's episode here. I told you guys that I was going to be missing some episodes next week because of the holidays, but that was in my glitchy recording yesterday. And what will happen most likely is that I will be missing episodes on Thursday and Friday next week. It's likely that I'll record on and probably Monday as well. So there'll be 3 episodes missed next week, and I'll be recording on Tuesday and Wednesday most likely. I'll try to squeeze in one more. I might record an episode on Sunday maybe, or the following weekend, just so I don't get left too far behind. But maybe you all want that 1 hour long episode again. I don't know if you do or not, but yeah, anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow, and thanks all for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocketville community. Bye.